Kindly like, subscribe and comment to get daily updates. JAMNA Lal Sivla, Promoter Group, disposed 3.63 thousand shares of ARTI drugs worth 1.23 crore rupees via a market sale. JAMNA Lal Sivla Momis Trust, Promoter Group, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ARTI drugs worth 1.67 crore rupees via a market sale. Adani Tradeline LLP, earlier known as FIRSTSOURCE Rail Infra LLP, Promoter Group, pledged 41.11 lakh shares of Adani Enterprises worth 117.39 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Gautam S. Adani, Rajesh S. Adani on behalf of SB Adani Family Trust, Promoter Group, pledged 35.00 lakh shares of Adani Enterprises worth 99.94 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Aditya T. Malkani, Promoter and Director, acquired 21.91 thousand shares of ADOR FONTECH worth 8.89 lakh rupees via market purchase. Rajbir T. Malkani, Promoter Group, acquired 16.00 thousand shares of ADOR FONTECH worth 6.38 lakh rupees via market purchase. Agrotech ESOP Trust, Other, disposed 1.36 thousand shares of Agrotech Foods worth 10.51 lakh rupees via a market sale. Balkrishna Shah, designated person, disposed 100 shares of IR Engineering worth 1.86 lakh rupees via a market sale. Nirayu, Promoter Group, acquired 3.28 lakh shares of ALEMBIC worth 2.81 crore rupees via market purchase. Amisha Tipin Kocha, designated person, disposed 4.00 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 16.99 lakh rupees via market sale. Dina Satish Shah, designated person, disposed 15.50 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 65.04 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ketan Lalit Shah, Director, disposed 48.50 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 2.09 crore rupees via a market sale. Mahesh Kantilal Shah, Promoter, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 12.50 lakh rupees via a market sale. Surekha Bharat Shah, designated person, disposed 7.36 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 30.36 lakh rupees via a market sale. Adani Tradeline LLP, earlier known as FIRSTSOURCE Rail Infra LLP, Promoter Group, pledged 29.74 lakh shares of Adani Transmission worth 84.19 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Komal Nimisha, Director's immediate relative, acquired 17.31 thousand shares of Arihant Superstructures worth 3.80 lakh rupees via market purchase. Kirit GHANSHYAMBHAI Patel, Promoter and Director, pledged 21.00 lakh shares of Astron Paper and Board Mill worth 9.05 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Ashutosh Dhar, designated person, disposed 700 shares of Avenue Supermarts worth 16.70 lakh rupees via a market sale. Vikas Bendre, designated person, disposed 1.50 thousand shares of Avenue Supermarts worth 34.17 lakh rupees via a market sale. President of India Gov of India, Promoter, acquired 73.60 crore shares of Bank of Maharashtra worth 831 crore rupees via pref. Allotment. Manish Gildial, designated person, disposed 1,000 shares of BIOCON worth 3.94 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri Babu Rao, designated person, pledged 4.80 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 1.75 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Shri Kurush Irani, designated person, disposed 1,000 shares of Bajaj Finance worth 36.85 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri M. Muralidharan, designated person, disposed 5.11 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 1.86 crore rupees via a market sale. Shri Manav Myamwal, designated person, acquired 1.06 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 19.98 lakh rupees via ESOP. Shri Manav Myamwal, designated person, disposed 1.06 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 38.68 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri Vivek Likhite, designated person, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 1.08 crore rupees via a market sale. Kemul Advanced Management Services Pvt. Other, acquired 30.92 lakh shares of California Software Co. worth 30.92 crore rupees via allotment. Anand Agrawal employed disposed 600 shares of CRISIL worth 10.85 lakh rupees via a market sale. Nitin Kansal, employ, disposed 1.67 thousand shares of CRISIL worth 31.44 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rahul Gur employed disposed 1.50 thousand shares of CRISIL worth 28.18 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rohit Chugh, employ, disposed 2.50 thousand shares of CRISIL worth 46.64 lakh rupees via a market sale. RAMASUBRAMANIAN Sankaran, director, disposed 15.93 thousand shares of CYBERTECH systems and software worth 8.84 lakh rupees via market sale. Dashrath Bhari Patel, promoter, disposed 100.00 thousand shares of DYNEMIC products worth 2.05 crore rupees via a market sale. Palak D. Patel, promoter, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of DYNEMIC products worth 10.25 lakh rupees via a market sale. Prayas Engineering, promoter group, revoked 49.50 lakh shares of ELECON Engineering Co. worth 99 lakh rupees via pledged released. ELECTROCAST Sales India Ltd. Promoter group, acquired 6.00 lakh shares of ELECTROSTEL castings worth 97.72 lakh rupees via market purchase. G. K. and Sons Pvt. Promoter group, acquired 4.00 lakh shares of ELECTROSTEL castings worth 64.41 lakh rupees via market purchase. Venkataraman K.R., designated person, disposed 100.00 thousand shares of FIRSTSOURCE Solutions worth 57.50 lakh rupees via a market sale. Jai Shri Dharmam Shah Dharmam BAHASKARRAI Shah. Other, acquired 2.00 thousand shares of Gandhi Special Tubes worth 4.54 lakh rupees via market purchase. Godrej Seeds and Genetics, promoter group, acquired 72.54 thousand shares of Godrej Industries worth 2.99 crore rupees via market purchase. Sanjeev K. Chanani, promoter, acquired 62.25 thousand shares of Greycells Education worth 20 lakh rupees via market purchase. Apurva S. Shah, promoter group, acquired 7.85 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 2.59 lakh rupees via off-market. HIPOLIN Investments Private, promoter group, disposed 56.90 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 18.78 lakh rupees via off-market. J. Kumar J. Shah, promoter and director, acquired 11.38 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 3.76 lakh rupees via off-market. Mana R. Shah, promoter group, acquired 11.38 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 3.76 lakh rupees via off-market. Mayuri S. Shah, promoter group, acquired 3.53 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 1.16 lakh rupees via off-market. Purvidi Shah Promoter Group acquired 11.38 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 3.76 lakh rupees via off-market. Subhash J. Shah Promoter Group acquired 11.38 thousand shares of HIPOLIN worth 3.76 lakh rupees via off-market. BHADSAVALE Suraj Designated Person acquired 29.25 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 2.97 crore rupees via ESOP. BHADSAVALE Suraj Designated Person disposed 530 shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 9.62 lakh rupees via a market sale. Bhagwat Sushil Prabhakar Designated Person acquired 42.50 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 4.31 crore rupees via ESOP. KAMAKHAYA Prashad Agarwal Designated Person disposed 5.00 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 92.53 lakh rupees via a market sale. KAMAKHAYA Prashad Agarwal Designated Person revoked 5.00 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 92.53 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. Khurana Pinky Other acquired 2.25 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 22.78 lakh rupees via ESOP. Rangan Srinivasavi Director disposed 30.00 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 5.51 crore rupees via a market sale. SKANDAN Sundar Designated Person disposed 4.00 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 73.40 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ashish Kashyap Employee disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 19.50 lakh rupees via a market sale. Kashinath Hariharan Employee disposed 3.00 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 11.62 lakh rupees via a market sale. Pankaj Sachdeva Employee acquired 12.98 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 29.50 lakh rupees via ESOS. Subhash Subramanian Employee disposed 5.50 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 20.92 lakh rupees via a market sale. KALPATHI Sridhar Connected Person disposed 25.00 thousand shares of INDUSIND Bank worth 1.36 crore rupees via a market sale. Manoj A.F. Designated Person disposed 3.28 thousand shares of INFOSYS worth 30.85 lakh rupees via a market sale. Prateek Agrawal Director disposed 10.21 thousand shares of India Grid Trust worth 0 rupees via gift. Map Auto Promoter acquired 53.00 thousand shares of JAMNA Auto Industries worth 22.37 lakh rupees via market purchase. Danta Enterprises Private Promoter Group revoked 3.00 lakh shares of JSW Energy worth 1.71 crore rupees via pledged released. Glebe Trading Private Promoter Group revoked 84.00 lakh shares of JSW Energy worth 48.01 crore rupees via pledged released. Indus Globe Multiventures Private Promoter Group pledged 2.26 crore shares of JSW Energy worth 130.53 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Indus Globe Multiventures Private Promoter Group revoked 52.30 lakh shares of JSW Energy worth 30.15 crore rupees via pledged released. Instant Holdings Promoter Group acquired 61.65 thousand shares of KEC International worth 2.01 crore rupees via market purchase. Deepak Gupta, Director, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank worth 71.46 lakh rupees via a market sale. Gaurang Shah, Director, disposed 15.00 thousand shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank worth 2.13 crore rupees via a market sale. Kalpana Agrawal, Employee, disposed 900 shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank worth 12.70 lakh rupees via a market sale. KPIT Technologies Employees Welfare Trust, Other, disposed 4.00 thousand shares of KPIT Technologies worth 3.29 lakh rupees via market sale. Makarand Ghanesham DEOLALKAR, designated person, disposed 1,000 shares of Larsen & Toubro Infotech worth 24 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shri Prakash Shukla, designated person, disposed 4.90 thousand shares of Mahindra & Mahindra worth 29.39 lakh rupees via a market sale. Samvardhana Motherson International, promoter, revoked 90.00 lakh shares of MOTHERSON Sumi Systems worth 105.80 crore rupees via pledge released. GG Holdings PLTD, promoter group, acquired 11.87 thousand shares of Motor and General Finance worth 2.19 lakh rupees via market purchase. Rama Sivaram, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of MPHASIS worth 24.40 lakh rupees via a market sale. Vilas V. Kanyal, designated person, disposed 1,000 shares of MPHASIS worth 11.79 lakh rupees via market sale. Anirudh Bhanuprasad Mehta, promoter and director, acquired 2.71 thousand shares of AMRO Tech Realty worth 72.92 thousand rupees via market purchase. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, revoked 3.00 lakh shares of Max Financial Services worth 18.60 crore rupees via pledge released. Atul Lal, employee's immediate relative, acquired 1.69 lakh shares of Max Ventures in Industries worth 72.80 lakh rupees via market purchase. Gajnant Saraf Revised, promoter and director, acquired 1.44 lakh shares of National Oxygen worth 46.80 lakh rupees via market purchase. Divya P, promoter group, acquired 25.00 thousand shares of NCL Industries worth 25.93 lakh rupees via market purchase. K. Ravi, director, acquired 9.70 thousand shares of NCL Industries worth 9.89 lakh rupees via market purchase. New Jani ASOP Trust, disposed 25.63 thousand shares of Newgen Software Technologies worth 54.19 lakh rupees via ESOP. BEGUMBANUAKBERALI Rayani, promoter group, acquired 52.07 thousand shares of Panama PETROCHEM worth 28.84 lakh rupees via market purchase. Sandeep Kumar Kalra, director, disposed 1.48 thousand shares of Persistent Systems worth 16.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. Amit Soni, designated person, acquired 3.10 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 43.68 lakh rupees via ESOP. Amit Soni, designated person, disposed 3.10 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 43.68 lakh rupees via ESOP. Piramal Welfare Trust, promoter group, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 42.24 lakh rupees via ESOP. Neha Gupta, promoter and director, acquired 30.00 thousand shares of Profine Capital Services worth 6.78 lakh rupees via market purchase. Om Prakash Anani, Promoter Group, disposed 65.65 thousand shares of Shilpa Medicare worth 3.93 crore rupees via a market sale. SKM Shri Shiv Kumar, Promoter and Director, acquired 17.00 thousand shares of SKM Egg Products Export India, worth 8.68 lakh rupees via market purchase. Abhishek Somani Huff, Promoter, acquired 65.00 thousand shares of Somani Ceramics worth 1.10 crore rupees via market purchase. Amey Somani, Promoter Group, acquired 35.00 thousand shares of Somani Ceramics worth 60.45 lakh rupees via market purchase. Shrikant Somani, Promoter and Director, acquired 100.00 thousand shares of Somani Ceramics worth 1.72 crore rupees via market purchase. SHRIVATSA Somani, Promoter, acquired 100.00 thousand shares of Somani Ceramics worth 1.69 crore rupees via market purchase. Venkat Ramudu Jasti, Director's immediate relative, acquired 20.00 thousand shares of SUVE in Life Sciences worth 10.54 lakh rupees via market purchase. Devendra Estates LLP, Promoter Group, acquired 1.95 thousand shares of Strides Pharma Science worth 0 rupees via off-market. Devendra Estates Private, Promoter Group, disposed 1.95 thousand shares of Strides Pharma Science worth 0 rupees via off-market. Idmija JAS, Director's immediate relative, acquired 5.00 thousand shares of Suven Pharmaceuticals worth 35.14 lakh rupees via market purchase. Vikas Agrawal, Promoter Group, disposed 27.69 thousand shares of TCI Industries worth 1.17 crore rupees via gift. Vikas Family Trust, Promoter Group, acquired 27.69 thousand shares of TCI Industries worth 1.17 crore rupees via gift. Arindam Chakravarti, Designated Person, disposed 8.51 thousand shares of TCNS Clothing Co. worth 34.27 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dharmender Kumar, Designated Person, disposed 7.80 thousand shares of TCNS Clothing Co. worth 30.83 lakh rupees via a market sale. SREYASHE Halder, Designated Person, disposed 8.25 thousand shares of TCNS Clothing Co. worth 32.89 lakh rupees via market sale. Radha Krishna Ramnarayan Private, Promoter Group, disposed 1.15 crore shares of the Phoenix Mills worth 766.02 crore rupees via a market sale. Senior Advisory Services Private, Promoter Group, disposed 10.00 lakh shares of the Phoenix Mills worth 67.18 crore rupees via a market sale. Pilani Investment and Industries Corporation, Promoter Group, disposed 1.30 lakh shares of Ultratech Cement worth 54.32 crore rupees via a market sale. Viswanathan Ramaswamy, Designated Person, disposed 3.70 thousand shares of Wipro worth 10.08 lakh rupees via a market sale.